Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are tuning in from. This is the BS Buddies podcast. My name is Joe. That is my co-host, Ian. Ian, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are going to be talking about spicy food. Is it overrated? I don't think so. I think spicy food's great. Spicy food wouldn't agree with me, and neither would Joe. That's just where I stand.
That is fair. Um, I I don't know if it's overrated because if I specifically say that, I will get demolished by absolutely everyone that I'm friends with because I'm like the only person in my friend group who just doesn't like it. Like I try. I try so hard, but in the end my mouth burns like hell every single time.
It doesn't even matter. Is that what you're
Doesn't even
telling me in the
matter.
end? It doesn't even matter.
But I will say I don't think ketchup is spicy. I'm not that much of a I'm going to say that.
I'm not that white. Come on now, guys. Oh boy, yeah, that pepper's got a little bit of a kick to her, you know. Gotta be careful. Made the chicken extra spicy this year.
The-
No, I enjoy spicy food. Spicy food does not, in fact, enjoy me back. And I can understand why people don't like spicy. Typically up here in the north, we don't have a very wide array of flavor palettes. And
Disclaimer, we're from the Midwest if this is your first time tuning in.
I suppose, yeah, that would help if you're tuning in. We are from the Midwest where it's freaking cold right now. And you'd think we would have spicy things to heat us up, but no, we have really bland things like butter on tortillas. Don't ask. And one of the things that I enjoyed during my time out west was the spicy food for sure. Now, I should preface this. I do not like spicy to the point where all it is pain, okay? I've had a
You
little nibble from that one chip challenge. No, I would not do that. I don't like spicy to the point of pain. I like it to add flavor.
you
And
like
I
to
don't
enjoy the searing of all of your taste buds all at once.
I like the taste, it adds a little bit of extra flavor.
To
Of
to
course,
me,
it's go
sorry,
ahead.
I was just gonna say to me it doesn't add flavor, it just adds discomfort. Like
Well, you gotta
I
have it on the right dishes. For example, did you know that with enough salt and hot sauce, you can make anything taste like salt and hot sauce? It's one of the true wonders of
hold on. What did you just say? What I think you said? If you have
yes, yes, I
quote, if you have enough salt and hot sauce, it's going to taste like salt and hot sauce.
no, no, that's not what I said. I said with
Okay.
enough salt and hot sauce, anything can taste like salt and hot sauce. There
Okay.
is a
Okay.
distinct
Now
difference there.
now I'm understanding. But that goes with anything.
Well,
If you
that's true. You
if you have enough
see where
cinnamon, it's going to taste like cinnamon cuz that's all you're eating.
it's not the same, and I'll explain to you
Okay.
why.
Okay.
When you have a lack of flavor, or perhaps a flavor that is nothing but hot and bland, you need a little extra kick to it, a little extra sizzle, and that's where that hot sauce comes in. A little bit of hot sauce on your eggs, ooh, that's a morning pick me up. Let me tell you where this backfired on me though, because I like hot things. Because I stated earlier, hot things don't like me back in a bad way. Like um, my girlfriend's grandmother gives us cowboy candy, which, if you didn't know, is candied jalapenos, and they are absolutely amazing. I love them. But I stood in the kitchen one night and I had probably about 5 or 6 of them. That's it. Not like just little rings, little like jalapeno rings, not whole ones. I just ate 5 or 6 right out of the jar because I love them. They're very tasty. And the next day, my stomach hated me all day. I was in and out of the bathroom. So that's how low of a tolerance I have for spicy food. And I did the world's hottest hot sauce once down at the Mall of America when I was coming back home on leave. And let me tell you, that dude, first of all, we had to sign waivers. All right.
That's smart.
So that was red flag number one that we just breeze right past. Because we'd already tried the hottest salsa, and that wasn't that bad. That was like, okay, it's a little hot, but sip of water, you're good,
That
you're Gucci.
that whatever that hottest salsa was, it would probably kill me. Like medium
That,
salsa can provide enough kick for me. Like, yeah, this is spicy, but I would not go hot. Like
Oh,
that's where I'm at. Like I'll dabble in medium salsa, but I'd like to stick to mild and enjoy my eating experience.
your mild salsa is sriracha ketchup.
No, that's different. That has more
uh,
of a kick. I'll say that. My old roommate Saki made me try some spicy things, and yeah, it didn't go great.
it didn't go well for you. Well, that's okay because this didn't go well for me. Because the salsa wasn't that bad. Like I said, salsa was like, this is hot, but it's salsa. It's it goes away. It's fine. And then came the hottest hot sauce. First of all, this shit comes in a little bottle that's like 5 ounces, and it has a little dropper. And he brings out the waivers, makes the sign up, pulls this thing out, and he takes out a spoon and he just like bloop, bloop, bloop. He puts 3 little drops on it, and he's like, there, that's what it is. He's like, now each of you are gonna take one chip, like just a round Tostitos, and he just bloop, one drop bloop, on each one single drop. And we were like, are you serious? And he's like, you're not gonna want any more than that. Okay, sure, whatever. We're tough, we're strong. This wasn't even that bad. Are you sure that's the world's hottest? Oh my god! It doesn't stop! I need something cold in my mouth right now. Look across the mall court and we see an A&W and we just booked it. And we each got root beer floats and we were just hobgobbling on the freaking ice cream in the cup. It was so bad we got heat hiccups. We're just sitting over in the mall. This is
Oh,
bullshit. Man, the burning just won't go away, dude. My stomach feels weird and I can't. And it was. We had to like take a break for like a half hour before we could even do anything again. That was insane. So that was the time where it backfired heavily on me. But I'd still do like my spicy to this day. I gotta say that.
so the hottest thing that I've ever had, and it was just a drop. Um, Back in about ninth or 10th grade, we made state baseball playoffs, and we all, as a team, we decided to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, B-dubs, and one of the guys decided to order the blazing hot, the hottest wings they have,
No.
and I can't remember. Someone like tried a little bit, and it was just killing them, and then someone was like in the bathroom and came back. Someone's like, "Here, have a wing." And like he starts chomping on half of it and he's like, "Oh, that's not bad." And then his face just like jaw dropped and he's like, "I need milk. I need
Why
milk
would you
right
do that?
now." But for me, like I took my fork and like poked one of the wings a little bit and like dabbed it on my tongue, and for 10 minutes I was holding just ice cubes to the tip of my tongue cuz it hurt so
Ooh.
bad.
I remember when we were in overseas in Okinawa, my sergeant did the one chip challenge, and that was experience to behold. See, technically, my section chief brought the chip over to the barracks, and we all gathered in the room because we're like, all right, we're gonna see what these things are about. He bought 4 pints of ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and my
That's
sergeant,
smart to do.
my sergeant, Hispanic man, not one to shy away from a challenge, especially one involving heat, was like, nah, I got this. Give me that thing. I'm just eat it and I'm gonna be done with it. And he freaking crunches down on the thing. And immediately he's like, oh my God, that is hot. Give me some of that ice cream. And he grabs the ice cream. And at first he's like trying to scoop out little bits. And then eventually we look over and he's like, oh my God, it's not working. I need more ice cream. And he starts grabbing handfuls of the ice cream and shoving it in his mouth. And I've got pictures of him looking like a rabid animal. Just there's chocolate smeared all over his face. He's sitting there going, it's on my lips. They're so hot. And he's rubbing chocolate around his lips. And I'm like, I am so glad I didn't do that shit because I would not last 5 minutes. I'd be on the ground writhing in agony. And yeah, that next day he called in. He did not show up to
Oh,
work
that's
that next
smart.
day. He's like, I can't get off the toilet. It was, I understand.
So, and Ian and I have a spicy story together. funnily enough, again, it's baseball related for me. We traveled farther away from home, so when we do that, they usually take us to fast food place. This time it was Taco Bell. Go through the line, and just randomly, I just thought to myself, "Hey, Ian, bet you won't have 4 of the hottest hot sauces on one taco." He's like, "Okay, fine. I'll show you," and
I
puts it
have
on.
never been down. Didn't we up it to 6? I feel
No,
like we upped it.
I'm sure we talked about it, or someone like budged in and like, "Hey, make him do 6." It's like, no, I said 4. I will.
Did
That,
they have the Diablo sauce at this time? I
I'm not
feel like they
sure.
did. I think they did have the Diablo sauce.
I'm not entirely sure. I thought it was just the very spicy hot sauce. Anyways,
Probably.
Ian took it like a champ. I will say that. Like, obviously, there was a bit of pain involved, but
Oh yeah, no, this chalupa don't stand a chance against me. Gone.
but if you've never been to Taco Bell, on the little spice packets, they usually say a little something, and like the mild is just like something like "I love you, you're so sweet" or something. On one of these very hot sauce packets, Ian looked at it after he ate the taco, and it said "Never refuse a dare" or something like that.
Never refuse a dare. I was a winner that day. I was a victor.
I don't know if you remember this part though, but like right after you're like, "I got to go to the bathroom," and then you come back out. Oh, you remember, don't you? He comes back out and he goes up to me and he's like, "Is it bad if your piss burns?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably bad."
Oh,
But
I was
we,
in high school. Don't judge me for the actions of younger me. I can't be held accountable for that moron.
uh, but also that same night, right after Ian had his 4 very hot sauce packets on one
Fire.
taco, we look over at one of our baseball coaches. He's like crying and he's sweating, and we're like,
He had
"What's
tears coming down his face.
we're like? What did he have? Did he have the very hot sauce?" And one of the guys said, "No, he had one mild sauce."
Yeah,
And
we
we're
went
like,
over there and there was like half a mild packet. We're like, "You good?" And he's like, "Oh, that's hot sauce, man. I can't do it." And I'm like, "I just had 4 fire sauces on my taco." And I remember this specifically because he was like, "You're more of a man than I'll ever be. Just get away from me." He was like in pain. Oh man.
uh,
Ah, that was good times. Good times. Remember,
uh,
this is a side note, but when you said the whole bus stop thing, it just made me think of. Do you remember when we used to go in and give like the dumbest names
I
possible?
was gonna mention that because I think we did that night. So uh, we had a lot, and I mean a lot of troublemakers on the baseball team. The type of guys who will be like, "Hey, do this," and they're there's not a lot of working brain cells, so they're like, "Okay." So like it was either this night or we stopped at an Arby's one night. Now that I'm thinking, I think was an Arby's, and
Probably an
like I
Arby's
was
because they used
like
to do the name call outs.
it's like 10th in line, and all the guys in front of me are just giving the worst names possible. Like, not like the ones that sound bad, but the person in front of me gave like Cornopolis. And the
Engelbert
guy,
Humperdinck, like just the goofiest names you can think of.
and like I could not keep a straight face or stop laughing, so I just said Jose. And then like after I do
Oh,
that, one of the coaches was hearing them call these random names, and he's like, "Guys, are you kidding me? Stop this right now."
that was pretty funny. I do remember that because he came over and he's looking at us. He was like, "Are we serious? Is this really what we're doing in an Arby's right now?" And we all looked up. We're like, "Yeah." Like we thought it was
It's like after two baseball games and like getting ready for an hour to 2 hour bus ride. It's like, yeah, that's what
we
we
were gonna do
decide to
these
do.
shenanigans. Oh man. Many a fun memory back in the day, but that just makes me remember how old I am now because we had to think back to before they had the Diablo fire sauce packets at Taco Bell.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
just
good
slap the
times.
old man filter on me and call it a day.
Yeah, good times. But overall, like I'm gonna, like I said, in my opinion, it's a little overrated, spicy. But that's just because I can't handle spicy worth a darn. Like there was Debbie loves making sloppy joes with some kick to them, and there was one time like I just couldn't. It was too spicy, and her and our kiddo was like 3 at the time, and they're just down, and I'm like whatever, but I'm like I can't eat it, too
Can't
spicy.
do it.
But
Oof. Well, I think that's all I got for this
I'll
one. I
go
don't have
with
any
that.
more spicy stories.
Yeah. But
I
it is
forgot to look
time.
up quotes.
Yeah, quotes.
That's what
I
I'm doing right now.
I got one ready. It actually came from. Yeah, I'll read this. It actually came from a coworker of mine last week, and he meant it in a funny way, and I'll explain after. But like thinking about it, I'm like, you could use that in a different sense. But he said, and we were talking about something, but he's like, it's like a pot roast. It'll probably be good after 6 hours, but the benefits of the whole 8 hours will be worth it. So in my head, it's like, be patient because it's going to be
Huh.
worth it in the end. But what he was referring to, uh, we've been really
Oh
slow
no.
at work, so they've been sending us home early. So like, one of the leads was like, "Joe, do you want to go home early?" I'm like, "No, like I want to go home early, but I can't because money." And that's what he just flat out said that. I'm like, that is the most perfect thing you could say in that regard. Like,
Quoted
yes,
quoted my coworker.
yeah, I mean, to me, I take it as motivation. I think that's a good patience quote and a funny work quote.
Well, I'll springboard off of that with my quote of "You do not find the happy life, you make it." I don't have
Mm,
anything else that's just cheesy. That was the first one that popped up, so I said, "Yeah, that's what I'm going with."
That's all right. But thank you guys for BSing with us. Subscribe or follow down below to become a bud today. If you have any topics you want us to talk about, post them down below. And with that, we'll see you next time when I learn not to be a bitch about spicy food.
You always take her easy now.